Welcome to the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. I am Lauren Hill, and I'm here with Ken Oda and Edward Nieman, and we are getting you ready for Game 2 tonight in Mesa Arena against the Watertown Shamrocks. Last night's game was amazing, awesome turnout, literally from the final score up until the brand new jerseys that dropped, those whiteout jerseys. It was just all around the best place to be in Minot, North Dakota. We also had our first fight of the night last night, courtesy of Davin Nichols. Literally everything happened here. Is there anything that maybe we're looking forward to, hoping for tonight that would be different?
Result-wise, more of the same for the Tauros, but I do think there were some things to clean up. Tauros got outshot. They gave up way too many shots. Will Mazanko stood tall, but I think cleaning up a little bit of that and maybe the discipline. Other than that, I think it was more of the same.
Yeah, good goaltending definitely helped the Tauros last night. From an atmosphere standpoint, though, it was great. Fans showed up and showed out. We're loud all night. Definitely a good game to set the tone for the season against a Watertown team that we saw for the first time ever.
Yeah, speaking of that, let's take a look back at that 5-2 win from last night.
Yeah, guys, it was a quick start for the Tauros right from the beginning in the first period. Davin Nichols got the scoring, started his second goal on the year. A nice centering pass there into the slot by Murray Marvin Cortez gets the Tauros on the board. Watertown did respond pretty quickly, though. Ryan Ginger on a power play to tie the game, making it 1-1. Watertown had a pretty decent start, especially given this environment that they walked into. But the Tauros, just about 40 seconds later, restored the lead. Jesse Uhala with a goal to give the Tauros the 2-1 lead. And then before the end of the first period, it was Billy Batten with his 8th on the season to give the Tauros the lead as they hit the locker rooms for the first time of the night.
Yeah, a good run for Batten. Another power play goal for the Tauros. That power play has been ranked at the top of the league, so that was important for the Tauros to get that going and keep the power play clicking along.
I should say Jack Edwards actually was the one also on top of that to net another one before the first period as Edwards gets his first on the season. No scoring in the second period, but it picked up once again in the third period. Watertown cut into that Toro lead, but then the Tauros responded with Ian Spencer with an empty netter to ice the game. But it was a 5-2 victory. Really good performance, like we mentioned, from Mazanko. Made 42 of 44 saves. Tauros go 1 for 5 on the power play. Watertown 1 for 7.
Yeah, I would just like to throw in there that Ian Spencer has a 3-game scoring streak here in Mesa Arena, and hopefully that can continue tonight. But that will lead us into our Noodles numbers, brought to you by Noodles & Company of Minot, to look at the numbers for tonight's game. So with the win last night, we are currently 14-6-1 as we have moved up in the division rankings at 3rd, and Watertown is at 3-17-3 as they stay at 8th.
Yeah, obviously Tauros get the first win of the head-to-head series ever last night, so 1-0-0 against the Shamrocks. Still, Tauros almost 2 full goals a game more than the Shamrocks, giving up almost half of what the Shamrocks are giving up. First-ranked power play, 5th-ranked penalty kill after allowing a power play goal against last night. More on that later. And penalty minutes after the fight and Davin Nichols getting tossed a little bit closer. That margin's between that game and Wednesday in Bismarck. Tauros picked up a lot of penalty minutes this week.
Yeah, I think despite letting that power play goal in, the Tauros PK unit definitely active in that third period. Did a nice job, keeping that game right where it was at. And the Tauros special teams once again has been a big advantage on nearly everyone that they play.
I know it's time to look at our Minotaurs Booster Club players to watch. Ken, who is your player tonight?
I'm going Ty James. I thought he had a strong game last night. Hit a crossbar in the second period that could have broke that scoreless period, and really extended the lead and removed any drama from the end of that game. But he's been playing well of late. He about a month ago was a healthy scratch one night, and since he got back in the lineup, I think Ty James has been lights out.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to take Jack Edwards. Like we mentioned before, gets his first goal on the season last night. 11 of his 17 shots on goal this season have come in the last 6 games. So definitely being more active, putting more shots on net. He talked about in the interview with you, Lauren, being a long season, just getting to 100%, but he's finally feeling well and starting to settle into this team.
Yes, you did say that. Thank you for the little credit there. And I'm going to go with Jacko Hannison as my pick tonight. He leads the team in assists just in general. He had 9 shots on goal last night, could not net any of them. I think as one of our leading scorers on the team and one of our team veterans, he is bound to get something in the net tonight. And that will bring us to our home key group keys to the game. Ken, what are your keys to tonight's game?
We'll go with the first one is hearts. The Nichols fight. Tauros were blocking a ton of shots last night, even though they did still let 44 get through. But I think part of that was they spent almost the entire third period on the penalty kill. So they're blocking shots, I think. But overall, need to see more heart out of the guys. 17 shot advantage for Watertown in the third period last night. That's not going to do it. You can't, whether you're on the kill or not, you can't allow 17 more shots than you took to an opponent in the third period. Second key to the game is stars. The Tauros' best players need to be their best players. Lauren, you mentioned Jack O'Hannison had 9 shots on goal last night. He hit a crossbar. That would have been his 10th. Yeah. But you need your best players to be your best players. And Ian Spencer's empty netter aside, didn't get a lot of goals from the big names on this roster. And third home key group key to the game, going to go horseshoes. Again, Tauros hit 2 crossbars. They saw a lot of bounces. Edward, you and I talked about it during the game last night. Tauros had a bunch of chances at 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s that just a bad bounce, off of a stick or a skate ended up keeping the puck in the defensive zone instead of having an odd man rush the other way. So hopefully the Tauros can get a little bit of luck from some horseshoes.
All right, Ken, if no one caught on to that, I love the Lucky Charm theme going on there. Little shamrock there. And Tauros fans, it's time to take out your phones and pull up the Tauros mobile app for your chance to win prizes throughout tonight's game. Starting with our 4 Bears Sportsbook over-unders. Our first one is total special team goals over-under 0.5.
I'm going to take the over on this one. It's total, so it could be from either side. So I think 0.5 is definitely a number that we'll see the over on. I mean, you look at last night, both teams getting one on the power play. I think we have a possibility of that again tonight.
Yeah, same officials tonight. I think maybe one linesman swaps out, but same referee. We had 12 power plays in last night's game combined. I think if you give these two teams 12 more chances on the power play, probably going to see at least one puck go in.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the over here. Again, the total number of goals last night was 7. I don't know if there's going to be the same amount of goals. Obviously, we can't predict the future, but I think it will be a high-scoring game. So, yeah, I'm going to go over. I think the over is easy here. The second one is total Tauros goals over under 3.5.
I'm going to take the over here again. Tauros had 5 last night. I thought, plus the 2 crossbars, they could have had more. Even one of those makes it 6, right? So Tauros offense has been clicking along with the exception of the one game on Wednesday against Bismarck. Tauros have been scoring a lot lately. No reason to see that. And tonight, Watertown's giving up 3.7 a game. Probably get the over again.
Yeah, Ken, I'm a big fan of going over on these, so I'm going to go over. I think, again, with what we saw last night, I think it's a very, very, very good opportunity and likelihood that we are going to have more than 3 and 4 goals.
Well, I hope you don't go over on the next one, but we'll see.
No, I'm not.
I'm going to take the over as well. You mentioned it, Ken. Watertown allowing about 3.7 a game, so if the Tauros to stay on average are able to do that, we'll hit the over. And also, all those weird bounces that could have been goals easily last night, I think will contribute again tonight. And if we don't get those, Tauros could add a big number.
And that leads us to our last one, which is Tauros goals allowed over under 2.5. I am going to go under here. We're not completely sure, or I'm not completely sure who is at goalie tonight, but I know both of those guys are very secure in their abilities. And especially with what happened last night, we didn't allow more than 2. So I'm going under.
I'm going to go under. Well, I guess we're all in agreement here today. Tauros goaltending has been really solid as of late. We mentioned, obviously, Will Mazenko starting to settle into his role really as the season goes on, and Lucas Fedin been solid as well. So I think goaltending once again stand tall tonight.
Yeah, Lucas top 5 in goals against and save percentage. Will is top 20 for sure. After last night, I haven't looked, but he's probably moved into the top 15 in save percentage and goals against average. So 2.5 seems like an easy under for the Tauros. Again, not so much being critical of the Shamrocks there, as just saying how well the Tauros goaltending is played, like we saw last night. That'll bring us to our McDonald's Tauros trivia question. This is a hard one, guys. Who is the Tauros' all-time assist leader against Watertown? Is it Chase LaPinta, Trevor Stahowiak, Murray Marvin Cordes, or Jesse Yohala? I'm not even going to let you guys.
We're not going to guess. We're not going to guess because we were in last night and saw it happen, so we are not going to guess. We're going to leave y'all up to guessing that one. But that will lead us to our final thoughts on tonight's game.
Yeah, Lauren, I think another opportunity for the Toros to put up a big number and get some momentum. I mentioned at the end of the broadcast last night, despite the loss on Wednesday night, the Toros as of late have played really, really good hockey. And if they can continue that, obviously another weekend at home next weekend against the Mallards team that they'll see back-to-back. So definitely some opportunity to climb up the standings.
Yeah, I think if there's one thing I definitely want to see more of from this group tonight, it's discipline. You look at how many penalties the Toros had to kill Wednesday in Bismarck, how many the Toros had to kill last night. I think maybe it's the penalty kill has been playing so well, it gets a little easy to, okay, we'll go ahead and we'll take the risk. We'll try the hook or try and level the big hit because our PK has been so strong. But I think overall, take fewer risks like that, a little bit more discipline, and hopefully continue to get good outcomes.
All right, and that'll do it for the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. Now we'll turn it over to Kobe Brault for tonight's starting lineups.